Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to the extra episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris. Today I'm joined by the great deliverer himself, Liquid. Liquid, how are you doing, bro?
I'm very well. We just got off a sick conversation piece, dude, that we just did with each other, and it was such a blast. I love our high intellectual conversations that we have. It's really fun. But no, other than that, it's so funny. Before we started this episode, I was going to get a whole different hat. Totally forgot about it, so scratch that. But something I do want to show the people at home. All right, little gem I got here. My little R2-D2 Tamagotchi. Haven't turned him on yet. As you can see, the tab is still on there. Let me get some focus here. Let's see. There it is.
Bro, okay.
So yeah, so it's got the little tab. Haven't taken it out yet. Haven't officially turned it on or activated it. Got it yesterday, and I'm stoked, dude. I'm over here reading because I'll be honest. I mean, I'm an old man now. You know what I'm saying? I forget how these Tamagotchis work. You know, there's 3 buttons, way more than I can count. And then just reading these instruction manuals, stuff like that. Dude, when did Tamagotchis become this? When did this become? It's front and back. Granted. It's more than one language. It's not just the English language.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 languages in total. They're doing here: French, Spanish, you name it. But overall, it seems pretty cool. Like R2-D2 could turn into an X-wing. Didn't know that was canon to the Star Wars universe, but that's what he grows up into. He can, like, they show like little pictures. You got an X-wing, you got a Y-wing. You know, you got all the wings. But
okay.
I don't know. I expect him to die. Because I just don't see myself really giving it the attention it deserves. But hey, yeah, why not?
Fair, it was a robot. It was never really alive.
Right. To be fair, he's just gonna be out of service for a little bit. But you know, you can always just charge him back up. But I'm excited, dude. I pre-ordered this a few months ago when I found out it went on sale. Pre-ordered it through Amazon. It's like it's $20, and it's small. The thing is tiny, dude. Let me put it next to the size of a bat to do some comparisons. So there's your bat, your average bat. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got a kick out of that.
Oh no, you got a case of the giggles.
Okay, whatever. This is obviously a miniature bat for those who don't know. I'm not this huge, by the way. Spoilers. Maybe I am that huge. You just don't know it.
Maybe.
But yeah, overall, a little cool guy. I plan on turning him on. Oh, gross. And then we'll go from there. See what comes to be.
No, speaking of little guys, Liquid.
I don't like where this is going already.
Well, you shouldn't. Because I'm going to ask you a very serious question.
Okay.
Do you hate it?
Okay. I need you to go back because it literally, all I heard was hate it.
Destiny.
Why do I hate Destiny?
Why do you hate Destiny?
Oh my god. Boys and girls, make yourself comfortable. Go get yourself maybe a beverage. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a little beverage. Maybe heat up some popcorn or do something. Because we're about to talk about some fuck-ass Destiny. Jesus Christ. Okay. Why do I hate Destiny? We're going to start from day one. Alright? Because Liquid was a day one Destiny kid. Like, Liquid praised Destiny. Like, I played Destiny like crazy, dude. So
you felt the Traveler's Light.
Yeah, I felt everything. I felt the Traveler's Light and just Bungie's shaft is what I fucking felt. Jesus Christ. So I started with Destiny 1. Obviously, this was back on. Actually, this was on 3. Did I start on 360 or did I go straight to PS4? I think it was PS4. I think a lot of the friends I was playing with was on 360 and they also converted PS4.
Oh.
I want to say that's true. I don't know how true that is though. It wasn't PS3. I know I did not play it on PS3. There's no way. Anyways, so I bought the game and I remember playing the alpha, being a part of the beta, and I loved it, dude. I remember the Suro's regime was the gun. Like, I remember I was watching videos of it, and I remember just seeing someone using the Suro's regime. I'm like, oh, I could already see, like, that gun looks so OP already. that's what I'm going to be using. So that's where my mindset, like, dude, I was so in it, right? And then this is also learning that now Bungie's away from Halo. They got a little freedom. And not only that, this is when Call of Duty I thought was really good. So, Activision was the publisher. So I'm like, oh, it's a match made in heaven, dude. We got a publisher, and then we got a sick development team and shit. And yeah, boy, was I wrong. It was good in the beginning, right? And then once you hit that light level cap, I want to say, what was the light level cap? It was like 30, right?
No, it was
something small.
50?
Was it 100? I thought there was only like 30, or no, the 30 was probably the beta and the alpha. Is what it was. I found, yeah. And I think it was around like a 1 something maybe.
That is 150.
I know out of the group of friends, I was definitely one of the earlier ones who got the 150 for sure. I was stoked. I remember when I got it too. I was actually playing on Mars. And I remember it was like 6 in the morning. I was supposed to be in bed by then, but I was just grinding out because I'm like, I think I could hit 150 tonight if I just really just grind it out. And I did it. So I was, like I said, I was in it, man. It was a blast, and I loved everything they were doing. Didn't care so much about the story. I don't think anybody else did neither. Don't start. Don't start. Grimoire. Get this shit out of here. For those who don't know, Grimoire, they have these Grimoire cards here. You could read about them. The whole thing is, the Destiny has a robust lore, a great story. However, it's just not in the fucking video game. And I have one rule: if you don't feel like your story is good enough to make it into your game, then it ain't good enough for me to go out of my way to go after it. I think the same thing with Overwatch. Same shit goes for you too. I'm sorry, if your story's not in your game, I don't care about it. I remember people coming up to me, asking me questions about Overwatch, or like trying to give me like little jokes regarding the lore, and it just flying by my head, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I remember them telling me, he goes, oh, you don't know the lore? I'm like, what kind of fucking nerd do you take me for, you dumb bitch? Like, that's how I felt. Oh, I was mad. I get mad for no fucking reason. Anyways, it's just a little time bomb just ticking, just.
Ooh.
So
I feel like I'm reopening old wounds.
Yeah. No, but this is good. This is a good journey. You know what I'm saying? You want a good story? I got you a story here. So, just get you a little idea of where I was in Destiny. That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I played the Hunter, and I feel like I played a damn good Hunter too. My thing, Crucible. For those who don't know, Crucible's their multiplayer, online multiplayer. I fucking loved it. I thought the multiplayer was awesome. I had a blast with it. And for the most part, I would do, probably, not to toot my own horn, but I would do better than most, right? I think so. When it comes to the Crucible, I think I was consistent.
Honestly, at the time, I only knew of one person who I could say hands down was better than you.
Who's that?
Craig.
You see,
Craig was one of the best people in the world at the
No. I agree with what you're saying. Except he got really good after I got off. Let's just put it that way. Let's just say, I'm just saying, if I would have kept at it, I think I would have been around there. But I noticed that when I started falling away from Crucible, like, yes, you're absolutely, Craig just started like taking off with it. That's when it started getting really nerdy, where I didn't care about it anymore. That's when you're like, oh yeah, you're not rocking the Fellwinter's Lie? You're not rocking Galahorn? Whatever the fuck you want to call it?
Galahorn.
I don't give a shit, dude.
Bro,
God bless you.
The funny thing about Galahorn?
What's that?
It came there the first week.
Right.
I bought it. Craig bought the arm pieces, and we didn't know how rare Galahorn was gonna be. But the thing is, I had the opposite problem of everybody. Every time I would do a raid, I would always get a Galahorn. I had like 6 Galahorns.
That's crazy. I never had one. Never had one.
Missed out, bro. That rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Oh, I heard. I saw it. I mean, hell, even if you go away from Crucible, just playing the story, just seeing some of the damage that shit would do to like Crota and shit like that. It was wild.
I never had a problem finding raids. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have Galahorn? I was like, yes, I have Galahorn.
Yep, that was a big thing. If people ask, oh, you got Galahorn? Oh, okay, you're fine then. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like what it was. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. Crucible, I feel like I was better than most. And I know I'm doing good when I'm constantly talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, go fuck yourself. Your mom's a whore. You know what I'm saying? All the usual stuff that 9-year-olds say. Um, but
All right.
but yeah, so we were playing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, having a blast. I didn't even care about the bounties. Every week they would have these bounties, whether that be for the store or the Vanguard or the Crucible. And like I remember Josh, and we played with I had a friend named Vengeance at the time. He was playing it. Well, I'm still friends with him. Let me not say at the time, but it's just I don't talk to him as much anymore. And yeah, Chris was playing it. Geraldine was on there with us as well. And yeah, we would get these the bounties, and the bounties I didn't care about in the beginning. It was later on when I started caring about it, like when I started worrying about my light level essentially. But yeah, I was all about the Crucible. Like whenever we would play something story based, I was just more that I noticed that I started disliking the game as after I beat through the campaign, or lack thereof. I started feeling a little burnt out because, well, I started feeling like, oh, okay, so essentially all this game is when it comes to the campaign is get to this area, fight 3 waves of enemies, proceed to the next area, fight 3 waves of enemies, and so forth. Rinse and repeat. That's all it was. And I'm like, ooh, that doesn't feel like Halo was. I'll be honest with you. It didn't feel like that at all. So it just felt half-assed, right? And I'm just like, but okay, that's okay because I've got Crucible. That I'm still so when my friends were just like, it got to the point that I just stopped playing the campaign altogether, or the Vanguard, or the strikes, whatever you want to call it. I just stopped it altogether. Didn't care for it anymore, and I just like, hey, listen, call me when you guys get on Crucible. Call me, guys, when you need an extra for Crucible. All right, call me when you need someone to carry you. I'll be there. And I just felt like fucking David Hasselhoff and Baywatch whenever they would call me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, just shirtless. As soon as they would hit me up on the text message, rip the shirt off.
Listening.
Yeah, just glistening in the sun, just reflecting off of any type of light that was in the room, and just running with my controller in my hand, though, instead of the little life thing they have. Just running, red shorts, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just trying to save some lives, right? So, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Destiny just made you feel that way,
Yeah, dude, it was nice. And granted, it still had its problems. Like, I try to stay away from the maps that had the vehicles in it. I know Bungie's really fond of having vehicles in their fucking maps for some reason. They love that shit. It gets them off. That gets them off almost just as much as them naming their own weapons. They get off on the names they give their own weapons. Holy shit, bro. But don't get me wrong, though, the names of the weapons are kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Destiny has 2 things that's good, in my opinion. The names of the weapons,
okay,
and their like the backdrops, like something like far away, like the skybox. Yes, the skybox, phenomenal. By the way, not to sidetrack or anything, but Guardians of the Galaxy also actually has a really good skybox. Gives me a lot of Destiny vibes, like the art style in that game. There's a lot of the good skyboxes with galaxies and stuff, and there's a lot of cubes. For some reason, Destiny, I feel like, has a lot of cubic symmetry. I don't know why. It's very, very cubes and squared like. I don't know. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy just gives me a lot of Destiny vibes when it comes to the environment and stuff like that. So it's awesome. But going back to Destiny, so yeah, I started playing Crucible. Then the season started coming out, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. Now, when I first got the game, I got essentially the collector's edition, whatever you wanted to call it. It came with like the first 2 expansions included. It came with like a special emblem. The works essentially is what it was, right? So I'm just like, dude, I'm excited for this game. I'm all in. Let's fucking go. There's no way this game's gonna fall off, for me at least, right? Maybe for some other schmuck, but not for me. That's for sure. All right, so again, already got through the campaign. Already got through the strikes. Starting to get bored of it now. Still relying on Crucible, still solid until the new season started rolling out. Now, it wasn't until what was it called? Something Wolves Winter something. I think it's just called something of Wolves. Regardless, that was like the first, I feel like, expansion. I think that's the first one that I had to pay for separately. So I'm just like, wait, hold on. This is the first time where I was just like, wait, what? Because I found this is when you find out you paid, I think I paid $80 for the game, or $100 maybe for the entire game that came with the 2 expansions, the whole collectors, the special ghosts, whatever, the whole shebang. And then after 150, it could be, dude. It was up there. Let's just say it was up there. It was almost like paying the game twice. So yeah, you're probably right. And but yeah, then I found out that, so if you waited though, if you started playing later on, and you got this expansion, you could get essentially everything that I already had for a cheaper price. Now, I don't want to say that's not a bad thing, because I feel like that's the price you pay for being an early consumer. I understand that in the gaming industry, you learn that really fast. You learn that if you buy it early, you're going to probably run into some problems, or you're going to run into the fact that you could have just got it cheaper a few months later. That's just how it is, right? But if you want to be part of that conversation, you got to fork out that wallet. That's just what it comes down to. So it made me feel a little salty, a little some type of way. However, still not a deal breaker. I'm like, whatever. I get that. Here's the problem, though. Here's the first big problem, is that they were getting, the people who were new were getting an emblem that the people who were there from the beginning couldn't get. Now, granted, and the people who were there from the beginning, they got an emblem as well. But I'm just like, hold on. That makes sense for us to get an emblem, because we've been there since day fucking one. Because we put in that work. Because we actually gave you more money. Because we're the reason why this fucking game is still living to this day. You know what I'm saying? The people who are coming in now, that's not who's making the game living now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna help now, like, or later on, but it ain't gonna help, you know what I'm saying, to get you off the ground, get your feet off the ground. You know what I'm saying? That was us. We did that. Right? Day one people. So I felt some type of way. I was like, how are they getting benefited for something when they weren't even here for the shitty times? Right? So that already in itself was annoying. And they, by my understanding, I think they did make it better. They allowed you to get the emblem, so I think they did change that. So that was good. That was fine, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but like I said, that started happening. And I was like, whatever. This is still more story-based stuff. I don't care. It's not affecting my Crucible experience. I'm okay. But then it started affecting my Crucible experience, because, well, then you started getting these specific guns. As you start learning now, more guns that are put into a game, it starts to break then what was there prior. Before it was like one gun that did the best. And sure, maybe that is boring, right? You want multiple guns that'll do good, and that's okay. But these guns were just like, oh, well, this gun is now the OP gun, and you gotta hope that it drops. You can't just buy it. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. Like, and because the thing is, some guns have buffs, right? It'll be like, it's not just your average gun. It's not like your Call of Duty or your Halo where you're just shooting somebody. I can't even say Call of Duty anymore, because even Call of Duty now does something like this. But when you're shooting someone, that's just it. You have a gun, they have a gun, you're just shooting each other. Hopefully one of you guys wins. Hopefully, I guess. If not, you'll be there forever. But the whole thing is that the newer guns now started having these buffs. Oh, well, this one does damage over time. You got Thorn that does like this acid damage. You've got, like, or lingering is what lingering effect, or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other guns that do different things. And then suddenly the Crucible started becoming a huge mess. It started becoming hard to keep up with. Well, I'm just like, well, what's the best gun? And we're like, well, there's this one, this one, this one. Like, but you got to hopefully you're there for that. So you got to hopefully it drops. You can't just buy it. You can't just grab it. And I'm just like, this would make sense if it affected the Iron Banner. The Iron Banner, excuse me, for those who don't know, is essentially Destiny's multiplayer, but your level essentially affects how the damage you do. Your guns affect some of the damage you do as well. So none of that was into the multiplayer though, just the standard multiplayer. That was more, it felt more balanced at the time. It felt more even, like an even playing field. Me versus you, the bragging rights are there, So then so when Iron Banner would come out, I didn't really care for Iron Banner, because I'm like, there's too much to worry about, in my opinion, to go off. I guess my whole thing is I wanted to go off. I wanted to to win. Obviously, I want to what I'm saying, I want to be the talk of my team's mouths. I want to be the talk of the enemy team's mouth. I want to be that guy. Call of Duty has molded me into that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe therein lies the problem.
Oh my god.
So
ladies want to be with him, men want to be him.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe they both want to be with me. Who knows? Yeah. So we go ahead and these weapons started gaining these buffs and started affecting now the Crucible side of things. Now Crucible felt a little unbalanced, or at least it didn't feel as balanced as it used to be. So you started seeing that. You started seeing more ways that Bungie, where they weren't, in my opinion, they weren't giving people what I felt like what they deserve. So for example, there was a few other things that you couldn't do that were like features that were like in any other fucking game, right? There was like, I mean, like you couldn't trade items, which that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really expect them to get that anyways. It would be cool, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Rocket League has it. That's okay. But yeah, I just want to fire some kind of shot that somebody does it. That's all I kind of. That's where my mind went to.
Not the same kind of game, but okay.
Yeah, not the same game at all.
But okay.
I know. I just had to throw it out there. But so yeah, so they started doing different things. They started like adding new features. I forget some of the features they added, but I remember I'm like, oh cool. Oh, you mean the stuff that should have been there probably day one? Like, and the thing is, the Destiny fans are going crazy. They're stoked that they're getting these things. The now Destiny fans, not the old school like myself who was a Destiny fan. The newer, untalented Destiny fans were now, I'm saying it. We're now embracing it and loving it. I'm just like, dude, these should. Now I'm already feeling like insulting some type of way that they're getting all these things. Oh, that's another thing. When you purchased it later, so that way you don't feel behind, you get that spark, and now you get stuff that'll just advance you. You know what I'm saying? Like so many levels. I'm like, so wait, they're not even putting in the work. So you're literally just giving them like, hey, you pay less, you get more, and you get to be exactly where these guys are at. These schmucks, these fucking losers, is how I felt. I'm like, holy shit. And then when they're starting to give me these features that I feel like should have been there since day one, I'm sitting here like, dude, all you're doing right now is you're putting syrup on fucking shit and you're calling it pancakes. Like dude, like, who do you take me for? This should have been here since day one. I'm not going to get excited off of some shit that other games have been doing for a while. I'm not going to get excited for something that you were probably doing in Halo that you weren't doing in Destiny. When you did it before, like, you know how it works. You know how it should work. You know, so it was just thing after, like, just constant issue after issue after issue. And then, so yeah, like, that was a problem. Then Destiny 2 came out. At this point I was already like well on my way out, didn't care for it. If anything, the very last raid of Destiny 1, I didn't even beat it. I didn't beat it. Didn't care for it. Like, I was already kind of just out, done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm tired of this game. I'm tired of playing the same shit. Oh, that's another thing. Let me get back into the raid, or not the raids, but the Vanguard strikes and shit like that. I'm like, oh, it's the same mission, the same exact mission. Oh, well, no, it's a little different because now if you jump in the air, you take more damage when you're in the air. I'm like, or no, it's different because now they're weak against lightning or arc, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and now you have a better chance, or you're weak against solar flare or whatever the hell. And I'm just like, dude, like, this is nothing. All you're doing is just changing some of the buffs around. It's literally the same fucking mission though. Well, oh, because I might not have the weapon of choice that you want me to have. Like, dude, get out of here. So I didn't like that, and it was just like, I would then start talking shit to even some of my friends. I'm just like, dude, you guys are literally the definition of insane. Like, you guys are doing the same exact thing, expecting different fucking results. You know, that's how I felt. Now, granted, that's not how they were thinking. They were thinking, hey, we're just having a good time playing with our friends, I'm sure. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Dude. I'm like, no, we gotta murk some fools. We gotta fuck some shit up.
So,
okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, so like, Destiny 2 didn't fix any of the problems you had, or on your end?
No, so okay, so Destiny 2 now, it came out, and I told my friends, this might you might see an ongoing trend here. I told my friends, I'm like, listen, I'm not buying this fucking game. Don't worry, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not buying this game. Man of my word, I didn't buy this game. Technically, Josh bought the game. So, or they put in, I did put in some of it. I'm like, whatever. So I just ran through the story, played with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do anything else. Let me see here. Was it Destiny? Yeah, I believe it was Destiny 2 here. So yeah, so just ran through it, didn't care for it. I played a little bit of Crucible, still felt the same way when I left, so nothing changed there. And then even now, like Josh wanted to buy the DLCs for me, I ended up buying them myself just so I could play. I played for I think a week, and then and here's the fucking kicker. Here's the kicker is that when the DLCs came out, I was like, okay, cool, let's play. I want to see what's new. You know what I'm saying? And Josh is like, all right, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, let's do a strike. Let's see what's new. And he's like, all right, cool. We do a strike. Dude, the first fucking strike that we do is a Destiny 1 strike that I've done time and time again. They brought it back because the community, this fucking insane community wanted it back. I'm like, do you people not believe in anything new? Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you want it back? Like, let's progress forward. Like, you're giving these people so much fucking money, and like all they're doing is doing the same thing. Like, how much is it really costing? They're just lining their pockets and laughing. So yeah, I'm like, dude, here I am. I bought this DLC. I'm in a whole different Destiny, essentially, part 2, the sequel, and I'm playing missions from part 1. My exact fucking complaint of doing the same fucking thing over and over. It's trickling into here. So I'm just like, oh, dude, like I said, I played it for like a week, did not finish the DLC. At least I don't think I did. I don't even know anymore, dude. It's such a clusterfuck, that game, in my opinion, that I don't know where I'm at. I don't care where I'm at. Like, I don't care to go back to it. Hopefully Halo comes out as the time of this recording. Oh, man.
Oh, so...
But that's basically
so
it. I don't... Any questions?
Yeah, so... Destiny's wrapping up the Light and Darkness saga.
They're wrapping it up? Okay. This is news to me.
Oh, really? This
yeah.
is old. Well, it makes sense. You don't keep up with it.
No, at all. I try to stay away from it.
My bad.
I go out of my way to stay away from it.
Destiny's on camera. You're like, la, la, la. Close my eyes so I know you guys can't see. It... Just because you've been on this journey of Destiny, is there any part of you that just wants to see the way the story ends, or no?
Absolutely not. I'm so uninvested in this game now, like, and I'm happy where I'm at, because like first of all, after playing Destiny 1 and seeing the clusterfuck that story was, like, I'm like, oh, okay, they don't know stories. That's just what it comes down to. That's kind of how I wrote it off. And even playing part 2, I still don't feel like it did that much more to make it better. I thought it was better, sure, but it wasn't that much where I'm just like, oh, I gotta get the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the campaign is always second to the I guess the overall experience, the shooting experience with your friends or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's essentially what it is. The campaign's just second to that. So no, I don't care for it. Don't care to see how it ends. If I really did care for it, I'd probably watch a 5-minute video on it on YouTube or something, because I'm sure that's how long it's gonna take to just finish that story in a you could probably say it in just a few sentences and be done with it. Any
I guess
any other questions?
I'm speechless, bro. I don't know what to say. I knew that you had hate for Destiny, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that I was like, it's such a strong hate, but that kind of strong hate has to come from a place of once rich love.
Absolutely.
Now I see that you were down because I'm like, you have the ghost, and that ghost is not easy to get. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense now because we were playing, but we didn't play together that much during that time.
No.
So it's just fascinating. See, like, the fallout to Destiny now has become a thing that and it's funny because going back to what you said about the recycled content, mm-hmm. people don't want. That's just in general, though. That's just what culture in general. People want what they know. They want it to be changed a little bit, but essentially the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that's not what you were trying to get out of Destiny. You wanted Destiny to be this thing that was originally advertised as this new way to gaming that we've never experienced before, this new thing, and which kind of was the case, because other people have tried to do what they do and it has failed miserably.
Right.
I don't think there's anyone who's tried to do what Destiny's done and has been successful that I can think of off the top of my head.
No, and yeah, like you said, they advertised it a certain way, and they did hit some of their marks. I did feel like there was going to be a lot more. I just felt like I saw it as essentially as big of like a World of Warcraft, I guess would have been something like that, or as robust. But it was so lacking. It was not that at all. It was very diluted compared to that. And yeah, like I said, I was very just ready to get lost into that world. And for a little bit I did. And I'm completely like, if I look at myself, if I were to see myself now, I would be happy for myself because I'm like, oh, dude, he's happy, you know. But I would know how it ends. I'm like, dude, this is like the story of like a sad old man kind of thing. Like, oh, but he's old, he's grumpy and shit like that. But he had a heart once. He loved once, and you find out it's just because she passed away or something, and you're just like, oh, that's why he's a dick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. That's kind of like where it comes from. I'm comparing myself to like fucking Ghost of Christmas Past type shit over here, But yeah, that's it in a nutshell, dude. And there's probably more stuff that I'm missing. There's a lot more stuff that I'm sure that pissed me off that maybe even Josh, aka Infinite Neo, remembers, because like I said, there wasn't like the complaints. It never ended. Like I could still keep going if I want. If I were to be in that game, I would still pick it apart and complain about every little piece of shit that's in that game, dude.
Wow, it's just wild to me because like it's funny because I had this almost the same kind of issue. I would bitch about Destiny so much, but Matthew would always make fun of me. He's like, bro, I checked up your stats, you have like 300 hours played on that damn game and you're bitching about that the game's bad. Like, the game's not bad, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh. I was like, but I got lost in the sauce of that loop, bro. I was there doing bounties, doing the thing, maxing out the armors,
shooting a cave, shooting at the entrance of a cave.
I shot the fuck out of, bro. R.I.P. And I don't care what anyone says. What a great time in gaming.
Sure.
Because we all just got around, stood on one rock, and blasted the shit out of this hole.
Yep.
And we all knew the deal. Like, all right, who's gonna be the person who activates the line? You walk towards the line, and you come back, and you keep shooting. But everyone, and we would dance at each other, like, hey, bro, we're trying to all get loot. Yeah. And I know it's dumb as hell, but I'm like, this is I'm like, to me, that is the closest experience I'll ever get to like knowing what it means to be like a fisherman.
To a fisherman? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because you're just there hoping to get a bite.
Yeah, yeah.
You're hoping to see
get that drop,
fucking pop.
Yeah,
that exotic pop.
Right.
It had to be all worth it. And then someone did the math and be like, yeah, this is a complete waste of time. That's not how shit works in this game.
Right.
And you're like, oh fuck. And then they closed it.
Yep.
Made like a little monument to it.
They sure did.
Yeah, so, you know, Loot Cave, R.I.P. What a great time. What a hilarious. Oh man. R.I.P. the Loot Cave. Bro.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, and it's fun talking about this now, because it's like, you know, you hear us, you know, I talk shit about Destiny all the time. So yeah, the fact that I could like talk about it and start from the very beginning, you know, like kind of like where it all started, where my mindset was, and how it just progressively just changed, you know. And yeah, that's just, I appreciate the question. Thank you. It allowed me to just really dig deep.
Oh man. Well, look, I think that pretty much is gonna wrap it on up for today. Guys, thank you again for supporting the channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, well, and you're like, man, I wish I could have saw this day of. You know, those guys are so cool. Well, all it takes is $1. Come on in and you can watch it and support us. And maybe if you support us enough, Liquid will get back on Destiny. You know, maybe. We don't know. Don't know yet.
Yeah,
we won't know until we find out.
Maybe a lot more dollars, but we'll see. We'll never say never.
All right, guys. Well, that is Liquid. I am Chris, and this has been an extra episode of the Microtransaction.